Okay, hello everybody. It is March. Did I just say March? June 3rd, 2021. Welcome back to the live stream again tonight. Tonight I probably won't be on as long. Change the color temperature there, Tad. I would like to start out by thanking Doug, KB2UKA out of New York, out of Long Island. He was nice enough to take my email or respond to my email about how he passes the audio cleanly through his audio gear, and he sent me a link to actually a screenshot of what he suggested to buy, which was some DX Engineering chokes, and boy, did that make a world of difference in my audio gear. So I would like to personally thank him. He also said wrapping up my cable, which I've heard about. I made a tighter roll of cable behind my radio. What I have excess is about 10 or so feet, which I probably should be cutting off to eliminate some of the RFI that I was getting in my station. So once again, Doug, you're probably not watching because you haven't subscribed. Thank you very much. And it's KB2UKA out of Long Island, New York. So. Okay, let's get to some radio here. K6EGG monitoring. Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring 144250. Copy that, W6DUO. Yeah, I had Keith on YouTube yesterday, on my YouTube stream via Zoom. It's nice to hear you tonight. Usually it's kind of hard to hear you, so it's great to have you coming in tonight.
You had a movie star on there last night.
Yeah, he's going to be a movie star for sure. I'm sure Fred probably wants to jump on at some point.
Fred's working very hard to get on. He'll be on there soon. He's still stuck at 95%. I don't know what's taking so long. Greg, you didn't hear me a while ago, did you?
No, I was putting some chokes on my station, which actually made a humongous difference in my audio.
I've been talking about for 6 months.
You're talking about grounding, not chokes.
You're talking about chokes, too.
I thought you were talking about chickens.
You're chicken, huh? I've been talking about chokes the whole time. So what did you choke up?
Well, what didn't I choke up? I choked up the back of my microphone, and then I choked up the input of my microphone to my radio. Then I also choked the input of my mixer from my radio. I choked the output RF out of my radio to my amplifier. Then I choked the output of my amplifier. Then I have about 10 feet of excess. I choked that as well.
Real clean and clear.
It made a little difference in my receive, too.
It helped your receive, too?
I hear him a weird tone, but everything, the noise level seems a little bit lower tonight.
Well, your signal hasn't changed, but your audio got a lot louder.
Did it really get louder?
Louder.
Let's see if Keith notices a difference.
I noticed a difference. How many chokes did you put out in total? Sound like you put out a bundle.
I think I ordered 8, and I think I'm going to order some more. I'm going to choke where my RF, where my coax comes in my shack as well.
What else am I going to say? Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, because I told you how I was always choked up on everything. Yeah, the signal's the same, but the audio is extremely loud, extremely clean, extremely got presence. You sound like Art Mel now.
Copy that. I got a weird tone. I think it's like local noise, but good. I'm glad to hear it. I don't hear it reflecting back into my microphone like I did before as I'm monitoring it. So it definitely made a world of difference, at least on my end.
That's on this end. What do you think, Don? Don, where'd you go, Don? Don even says you sound good.
Excellent. Don's out in, is he out in Temecula? Is that where he's at?
Don by me. That's Ron. You're thinking about Ron.
Don. I'm sorry, Don.
No problem. I've been called worse.
So have I. You hear that tone too?
What tone? Yeah, like a high frequency tone. Go ahead there, I'm listening.
It's right around 4K. Actually, 2K. Sorry, 2K, my bad. Look at that, right at 2K.
You gotta remember, you don't got your station grounded. You just put chokes.
I wonder if that caused the sound.
What tone are we talking about, Don? Is it in there all the time or only when he's talking? Without him talking, I hear the tone.
Do you hear it on your radio there?
I don't hear no tone over here, Don. Don, are you on your computer? Let's go get this. Hey, Greg, he's on the computer. He hears a tone while he's on the computer. Now he's on the radio now. I don't hear no tone on the radio. I'm not running a computer or anything. Okay? So don't worry about it. There's no tone on you.
Well, it seemed to clean up a little bit there.
Yeah, Don's got that tone. He's playing around with that computer program there. He's got problems. I told him he's getting some RF in there. He had to choke everything up. He has no chokes on it. Just like you put chokes and you said you got rid of a lot of your problems. But your audio is very, 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 very clean there, Greg.
Excellent. And the tone has seemed to have gone away now. He's probably listening to my stream.
Oh, your audio is extremely loud. Hey, Keith, are you in there? Where'd Keith go? Yeah, I hear it up the street, Greg. I like your audio now. This is the best I ever heard you.
So that noise is something going through my amplifier.
Well, is your amplifier grounded?
I have nothing grounded in my shack.
There you go. There you go. So now you can have what they call a ground loop and go around. So until then, there ain't nothing else you can do till you get that thing grounded.
That was me.
I heard that.
That was me turning up my speakers by mistake.
Here's what I would do. Do you have a grounding bar in your shack?
I don't have any grounding in my shack.
Make a grounding bar and ground your radio to that bar, ground your clutch switch to that bar, ground your amplifier to that bar, and then that bar, just run a strap outside. Even though you don't got a ground rod, just hang out the window and let it hang out. That is going to be a lot better than what you got.
I have nowhere to hang it out of a window here, unfortunately.
You have no window?
I do have a window, but I have no way to hang it out the window.
Hang on the ground. Any ground is better than no ground.
Yeah, something's going on with my amplifier right here. I think I know what. Stand by.
Anyway, hey Don, I did all this now. Now it done loaded, it done stopped. Now what I do? Keith go. I don't know what to do with this thing now.
Well, I figured it out. So it was, for those of you watching on YouTube, hearing that tone, that high frequency tone, it was the Mirage amplifier. I have a choke on the back of it, was touching the metal of it, so it was probably reverberating.
Yeah, the choke was touching the metal of the coax cable?
Affirmative.
Vibrating?
It wasn't vibrating, but it was probably reverberating the frequency.
So you just moved it back a little bit?
Yes, I did, and I cleaned it all up. Because I noticed when I moved my amplifier, it changed.
When you do all that stuff, everything is very, 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 very touchy. But anyway, I'd put a grounding bar in your shack. You can get a little one, HRO sells them, and ground everything to that, and put a wire or a flat strap, and put it behind your shack, 5 or 10 feet, and just lay it in. That way you dissipate that. And, it's going to be better than what you got.
I don't know. I like what I did so far. I'm going to probably try putting some chokes on my power supplies and my lead wires going into my power supplies, and maybe that will clean up some of the noise.
You want to do on the power supply? You want to do on the AC side, put chokes? Yeah, I put 2 chokes, and then from the power supply out to the radio, then you want to choke it again? Yeah, I got everything choked on mine. That's why you hear my audio so clean, But your audio's a lot better. Big improvement.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear. I noticed it a little cleaner in my my ears as well, because I can hear like a warble on my microphone from the sideband.
Is it warbling now?
Not at all. It's perfectly clean, and I'm not coming out of my speakers as loud as I was before, so it definitely helped out a lot.
One thing, your audio's a lot louder. Your audio's a lot louder coming down here down to me. It's just like you added another 100 watts to the amplifier.
Beautiful. I'm going to try moving one of my chokes to my power supply. I'll be right back. K6EGG.
Oh, you got beautiful audio. KN6OS. Hey, Keith, are you there? Where is everybody? Who is that? Come again, your call? I can hardly hear you. Can't hear you. This is Fred, Kilo November 6 Oscar Sierra. Kilo.
Audio.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. As I said, your Q5 copying here. Yeah, that was always a nice rig. I always wanted those, but I wanted that one with the 1.2 gig module, and that's just about impossible to find. Over. Yeah, I guess that's probably true. Probably cheaper to stick with my TS2000X. No, it's adequate, and 6 meters isn't a whole lot better. It's adequate, but no, it's not that. It's not up to what you would expect nowadays, but it does okay. I mean, I'm running an S1, S2 noise level, so anything anything better than what I got is not going to make any difference. Over. I did the same with my turnstile. I've got a small end-mounted 2-meter horizontal, but I've switched to the vertical because most guys now seem to be vertical that are local here. Over. KM6OS, what kind of rig are you running? Over. KM6OS, a 6DQ. I guess he's busy, Stan. Anyway, just thought I'd jump in there and let you know you are getting out just fine, and I did in fact hear you guys over on the 220 machine, so everything seems to be working there. I guess you got all your antennas back up, is that correct? Over. So what's the story with that? You got radios under it? Yeah, I understand. I've reached the point where anything I have has to be ground mounted. I'm not going to climb towers or, climb ladders anymore, so I hear you. Over. Yeah, is that the tri-bander? Yeah, those things are impossible to find now. I've got one for 6.2 and 432 that you can still buy, but it's about 10 feet tall too, I think. Yeah, maybe they do. I guess I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it. I've been looking for some 220 antennas, and right now on 220 I'm just using a Larson mag mount that's not a mag mount. I built a bracket for it, stuck it up in the air about 15 feet, but haven't been able to decide what to do to replace it. Over. That's an idea. I hadn't thought about that. I've got a Ringo on 6 meters that seems to work good. I'll have to check that out and see what they got. Hey, by the way, you know of a good duplexer for 2 meters and 440? I've got a TM701 that's got separate outputs on 2 meters and 440, and I got to come up with something to combine it for a single antenna. Over.
So for you guys just joining or tuning in, it is 7:30 here in Southern California.
A comment that I was looking at,
I was talking to another ham I found on YouTube, Doug. He's out of New York. Let me try to figure out his call sign again. I said at the beginning of the show, beginning of the live stream. I know it's KN2 something. KB2UKA Doug. I contacted him about audio or RFI getting into my audio. He has a very similar audio setup as I have, some similar equipment, as well as a professional microphone like this is. And I wanted to touch base with him on how he kept all that RF out of his Shack's audio, which I was hearing warbling through my audio, even through the radio. So I was having some issues. I wanted to touch base with him, so I did. He was nice enough to get back to me, and he mentioned that, where are all the different places he choked, and gave me a place or an email, he sent me an email with what he suggested to buy, and it did the trick. Holy moly. It's a lot cleaner. So that was Fred KN6OS in there on the radio too. So I might order a couple more. I think I can get a little more RF out. So I'm gonna try that, and then I'm gonna put some another couple chokes before it enters my Shack. So that will clean up a little more as well. So this is Greg, K6EGG, City of Chino. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers at one point. I'm not trying to promote anything other than ham radio use and 2-meter sideband. I don't want to sell anything, even though I do like my Icom 9700, but I'm not going to get anything out of telling you that's a good radio. And for those of you who own it, know it is a good radio. So let's get back to the radio.
We're gonna give it about another 30, 60 days. Everybody's getting their 1.2 set up, so there'll be more activity out there. Alex got 1.2, I got 1.2, Warren's got 1.2, so we're gonna have a lot of people on 1.2, but a lot of people are setting up their antennas yet. QSL?
Yeah, you guys running sideband or FM?
Sideband.
Okay, so you got to go horizontal. I've got an M squared, what is it, 19 element, that one that looks like it's made out of pressed metal. You've probably seen it. And there is a net up on there on Friday night at 8 o'clock. K6EGG runs it up on 1296.1, over.
Yeah, well, I got 6 24 element 1.2 beams of power dividers.
Oh, you got a serious station. Mine's just whatever I can sneak up here due to the HOAs. Well, it'd be great to hear you on. I'd sure like to have a lot more activity up there, over.
It will be there. We'll announce it here in this frequency when we're ready to rock and roll. Alex is setting his up. A couple other people are setting theirs up, so it'll happen. It'll happen. And we got Ron on Riverside. He's got one. He's got to get an antenna for it.
Sorry for moving the camera.
So, yeah, give it another 30, 60 days. We're going to get that real active like this place.
All righty. Well, let me, keep us advised of what frequency you guys pick on. My problem I keep running into in 1296 is these darn beams are so narrow that you're either swinging the time all the time or you got to find something to get a bounce off.
Hello.
By the way, I use Palace Birdies for a bounce here because that's all I can see. And it does work okay, but that's the only drawback to 1296, well, plus the radar.
Yeah, well, I got a ground cord switch, so I can hear all around.
Yeah, I also have a ground plane. I got a 432/1296 ground plane.
Probably shouldn't do that during a QSO, but I thought that was funny that somebody kept knocking. Hello. Anybody in the chat tonight, feel free to say hi.
1296. And the antenna's still up there, and I know it works because I fired it up yesterday, but it'd be good to hear you guys up there anyway. KM6OS, AA6DQ.
Where's your location at?
I'm in Yorba Linda at the junction of the 55 and the 91.
Oh, you're doing a good job over here. I couldn't hear that other station for Huntington Beach very loud. Huntington Beach, I hear all the way up to Joshua Tree, Temecula, all the way up north, and I couldn't hardly hear him. What's going on here?
I don't know, but I was copying S5 here. Of course, you're 20 over 9. I could probably see your house. I'm up on the side of the hill right after you come around the bend from 55 to the 91. And anyway, I was copying stand about 5 and 5. You get a pretty good signal, but could be just he's got something in the path between you and him, over.
Yeah, there must be a big building or whatever. Can you hear Greg at Chino Airport?
Yeah, he's running about S2, S3. I think those are the guys who were messing with the Zoom stuff earlier.
Right. Yeah, Zoom. How's his audio sound to you?
Sounded okay. I don't know where he was getting the tones from, but it sounded like it almost sounded like he had a 1700 hertz tone. Like you get on some of the European FM rigs.
Yeah. When put that tone in there, yeah. Well, he found a tone there at one of his strokes discussing the coax connection on the amplifier there.
Okay, well, as long as he found it, that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm running a TS2000X. I'm running about 100 watts into, right now a tri-band vertical on for 62 and 432, over.
Yeah, real good. You're a good signal. And let me give you a signal before when you come back. Your audio's loud.
Yeah, I got the compressor on. I'm running probably about 10 dB of compression, and just tickling the ALC, not hitting it too hard, over.
You're 20 over S9.
Yeah, you're about the same. So we got a good path.
Okay, I'm gonna get out here and swing it back to Greg. See if Greg got all his adjustments in. K6EGG. Greg, you got all your adjustments done? You find all your problems? KS6OS.
I think I did, and things sound a lot better. Yeah, that choke touching the chassis of my amplifier was causing some havoc there, so that cleaned up. And my noise level dropped a little bit when I put the choke on the AC side of my power supply. So things sound a lot clearer in my neck of the woods. And the station out in Yorba Linda, this is Greg, K6EGG. What was your call sign again, or call letters again?
Nice to meet you. My call sign is Alpha 6 Delta, Quebec. In other words, All-American 6 Dairy Queen. I'm in Yorba Linda. My name is Tim, over.
All-American 6 Dairy Queen. I like that. It's nice to talk to you, Tim. Yeah, you're just over the hill from me, but we got a lot of dirt in the way. But you're definitely still coming in here pretty strong.
Yeah, you're running anywhere from S3 to bouncing off the hills because I'm right against that. I'm right up against the Chino Hills State Park, so I can't see to you, but I'm probably bouncing off of Santiago or something like that. Over.
Yeah, copy that. You're literally just on the other side of the hill from me. I take the 91 to work quite often, so I'm very familiar with that area. Are you up towards the hills?
I'm up. If you look up from the 91 westbound up towards where the Yorba Linda pumping station is, I'm right up on those hills.
Oh yeah, you're actually line of sight only about, as the crow flies, a little less than 10 miles. So all that dirt in the way is probably messing our signal up.
Stan is asking what you were running for a radio there, Greg. Over.
I'm running a Icom 9700, and I also have a Mirage B320G 200 watt amplifier.
Did you get that, Stan? Greg, are you copying Stan at all?
I'm not hearing it, Stan, at all. Where's he located at?
He's in Huntington Beach. He's running, essentially, he's running a TS790 to a... Okay, yeah, Greg, he says you're about S2, S3, and I guess the problem is he needs to put his amplifier on. He doesn't have an amp on now, right? Over.
Copy that. For some reason, I have a bad path to Huntington Beach. There was another person on here, Bill. He's down kind of by that, I almost said Everglades, but that little protected area there in Huntington Beach. And I've only heard him once.
Yeah, it could be you just got too much dirt between you and him. Over.
Yeah, I've never really had too good of a path that direction.
As I said, I can't see much of anything north of me. All I can see is west and maybe a little bit south, but that's kind of the same problem being backed up in these hills. Over.
Being up on a hill definitely has an advantage, though. I mean, you might have a clean line of sight down to pretty much south of the South Orange County and stuff, if I'm correct, right?
No, because I've got the hills on the other side of the 91. What I have is a direct line of sight to Hawaii. I have worked Hawaii a number of times here on 2 meters, and come July, we should hopefully get another duct that opens, and we should be able to work them again. Over.
Copy that. What frequency do you guys work them on?
Well, they used to be on 144.070. I think it's now 144.270 is where the beacon is, and that's the thing to listen for. Once you hear the beacon, then usually not too long after that they appear, on the beacon frequency. Over.
Copy that. I have a vertical, so I probably won't be able to tune in, but I might try to listen to see if you guys, are trying to make contact and stuff like that. I appreciate the info there, Tim. AA6DQ this is great, K6EGG. I'm going to pass it over to, if Fred's still out there, I'm going to grab something to drink right quick.
Well, you guys pick it up. I got to get something to drink. It's 6 West.
Yeah, same here. All righty, I'm going to go into listening mode. And Stan, keep at it. Hope you get that amp on soon. Over. All righty, AA6DQ.
And for those watching on the stream, I'm going to leave the stream going. I'm going to say, Haley, hi, your nose is running. You want to go get? I'm going to hang out with my daughter here for a few minutes. So I'll be back, but the stream will still be going. K6EGG.
WA6QXA, Keith, listening.
Where'd you go?
Man, I had a phone call from my nephew that turned out to be a long phone call.
Man, was he owe you money?
No, his daughter is getting into high school to play in the band, playing the French horn. He was picking my brain about getting her a French horn, and that's really not my specialty. And so I talked to a professional French horn buddy of mine that I went to school with to try to get some better information so I could, turn my nephew onto it. And so, yeah, I ended up having 2 different phone calls on the issue.
Well, the French horn there, they got 3 valves and they got 4 valves, and also with a slider.
Yeah, I know the basics, but I didn't know all the little details. But my friend dialed me in. He gave me all the great information. So I know what to tell my nephew now. So yeah, sorry about that. It turned out to be 2 long phone calls because of it.
He left me hanging. Anyway, it loaded up to 95%. Just finally closed down the program and everything, and well, what's it doing? Trying to suck everything out of my computer?
Wait, what are you talking about?
How come it takes so down to load?
Download what?
Well, you told me to go, Zoom and everything.
It shouldn't be taking up all your computer.
Well, I just shut it down. It was only up to 95%.
Are you saying it was taking 95% of your CPU?
No, it only loaded up to 95%. It had been taking its whole time. It never loaded anymore.
I don't know what's going on. You should have. You don't even load up a software into your computer unless you want to. Like Don uses it all the time because he has these meetings with other ham groups, and he's just a member that joins a group, and he doesn't have the software on his computer.
Well, see, I told you when I first started the conversation, I know nothing about this. Absolutely nothing.
Right. And I explained to you, go onto this thing and just put in my number, and we'll get invited. Then I had to get off the phone. I had to answer the phone, which I made clear. Hopefully you heard me. That's why I had to leave real quick. But we can try it now if you still want to do it.
Yeah, well, we'll try the next night. Yeah, I got the number. I tried it. I did everything you said, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't dare to hit any buttons.
But, you put my number in. I didn't join it because I got the phone call, so you never got to do it with me. So I apologize for that, having to do with that phone number. But we'll do it. When you're ready, we'll do it again. We'll try it again, okay?
Okay, see, well, you got to explain that to me because I don't know. I told you I know nothing about this. Nothing. Nothing. I never even talked to anybody who even ran this program, so I know nothing how it works. I didn't know you got to be logged in from BC or whatever. I know nothing.
Yeah, okay. So if I'm running a meeting and you're going to be a member at the meeting, all you need to do is you want to join the meeting, right? So, which means you don't have to download any software, nothing. You get onto Zoom.us, and there's a thing where you click join a meeting. So it opens up a window where you put in the phone number, that number that I gave you, and after you put that number, you just click join, and boom, it'll enter you into my Zoom meeting. After I see that you're there, I have to invite you in. You can't just bust in, right? I have to invite you in. So I see that you're trying to get in, and then I invite you in, and then we're good to go.
Okay.
Making sense?
Yeah, but I'm tired now. We'll do it some other time.
Check 1 2 1 2. No difference.
On everything, and he says his audio transmit receive is better. He said his receive's even better.
Really?
Really?
Not? Well, good for him. So his noise level's gone down too?
Yeah. And I've been talking, and then he said, well, you never talked about chokes. I've been talking about chokes a long time, haven't I?
Yeah, with me, that's for sure.
Yeah, he said I never mentioned it. I said, come on.
You're the choke king. You and Ward, man, the choke king.
Right. Hey, Greg, you out there? I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got all choked up now.
All choked up. Who else is off there? Anybody else? What did I tell you? Tony got his radio back?
J60. There you go. Hey, J60 in the high desert there. Go ahead. Howdy, Fred. Keith. Boo. Do you hear Curtis out there? I hear you, Fred.
Yeah, I hear him.
Well, Curtis, Keith, talk to Curtis in K6 West.
We already talked. I'll talk with you. We had a Zoom meeting, Fred. He's ahead of you now.
Yeah, we had a Zoom meeting today. I know. Did you Zoom me out and vote me out?
We Zoomed you in. It's your turn to get the stuff down.
I will. Go ahead.
No lights yet, no noise.
No lights and no noise, huh?
Not yet.
Did you hear Curtis up there in Apple Valley?
Yeah, I heard him that time.
Is that Ron?
Yeah, that's Ron.
Ron, you're coming in loud and clear down here in Long Beach tonight.
Wow, who's that? Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, I don't even have to put on headphones. This is nice.
Yeah, I can actually hear you too. I'm just waiting for these lights to come on. I'll be back, Freddie.
Okay.
Yeah, Curtis is already an expert with Zoom.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever did a Zoom or Skype.
Well, you did fine, and if you want to try it again for a little more update on some more of the features on it, don't hesitate to ask. I'm willing to help.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for my buddy Fred to get all dialed in, and then we can put one person in each square on the live stream.
How do you feel about that, Fred?
Yeah, we'll fill up Greg's whole screen with all Zoom members on it, huh?
Yeah. Is there a break out there?
Break 36 GOS.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say hi to Fred, Greg. I don't know if you can hear me, but I was glad you also, Keith. I just wanted to pop into your house.
Glad you did. How you doing? Is this Levi?
Yeah, this is Levi. I just wanted to pop in and wave a hand to everybody.
That's well, good. You're a little bit high. Can you tune in a little bit better, or you don't have the clarifier on, do you?
Hey, Leah, talk a little slower, please.
Okay, Fred, I'll talk slower. I'm on 125, 25005.
What'd you do to your radio? You're a lot louder.
Nothing.
Boy, he's booming in down here.
Wait, Levi, you've done some things to it. Come on, fess up.
It's just the LG8X coax, and I'm running 50 watts, and that's it.
Oh, you're a lot louder. You're 15 over S9 down here. You're a lot louder than you've been before. Keith, is he louder to you too?
Yeah, so Levi, give yourself credit with credit due. You were hitting me with an S7 a couple days ago, and you raised your antenna about 10 feet, boom, got louder. Then you changed to that coax, a little bit better coax. You're hitting me with a plus 20 now. So you've made a big difference just in a couple days.
Yeah, you're both at plus 20.
There's Curtis out there. See if you can get him. He's out there in the high desert. Curtis, can you hear Levi?
Yeah, I could copy Levi. He's about a S5, something like that. Levi, can you hear Curtis? Levi, write down his call. His call is AJ60. AJ60. He's in the high desert, Apple Valley. He's over at the hill, Home Pass over the hill in the high desert. Levi, go give him a call. He's hearing you.
AJ60 from 36 GOS. I think I can kind of hear you a little bit in the noise. Can you come back? Can you do this 5 count?
Yeah. I didn't get your call sign. Is it W6GS?
226 Golf Oscar X-ray, W6GOX.
Okay, W6GOX. And this is AJ60. Name's Curtis. I'm in the wonderful world of Apple Valley where it got up to 106 degrees today. Aren't we lucky? And 107 yesterday, 106 the day before, and 102 on Memorial Day.
Choking my chicken test. Check, check. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness.
I gotta get back inside to finish last 2 days full sun. Gotta get everything done before tomorrow. I'll talk to you, hopefully tomorrow, 36GOX.
Okay, Levi, nice to meet your acquaintance. I will write your call sign down on QRZ and confirm it. So go do what you got to do. W6GOX, AJ60. Okay, hey, Levi, you did real good in the last couple of days. You just talked over 100 miles in the high desert. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've been over in that area before.
Yeah, because you fixed your coax cable, you listened to us, you raised your antenna up. Now you got to start shooting for Joshua Tree. Now you got to push out further now.
I'll try.
You're doing a good job. Hey, Curtis, AJ60. I'm saying your right name, Levi. Levi.
1, 2. Testing. Coming out of my speakers just a little bit.
He is the youngest bozo number. He's the youngest bozo number issued. Just thinking about another 50 years, he might be the longest living bozo number living. Yeah, that's pretty young. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, congratulations to him. Right, that's why I want him to give a chance to talk up there. But a couple nights ago, he could barely talk to me and Curtis here. We could barely hear him. He was running like 150 feet of coax cable. Anyway, Curtis and I, Keith straightened him out on the coax cable and got him going, blah. And then he get louder. Now he raises his head up, and wow, now he's 15 over S9. Before a couple days ago, he was only a 3 or 4 to me, and now he's already talking to high desert. Less than a week. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, Fred. Well, you know, you guys, you got to spread the good news, and that's exactly what you guys are doing. So that's ham radio for you. That's why we should call ourselves good buddies.
Hey, Curtis, this is Levi again. I figured out, actually, if I turn on my digital noise reduction, I can hear you a lot better now. Yeah, I can hear you a lot better. A little bit better. It's still kind of the same. I turned on the digital noise reduction, so it's coming a lot clearer now.
Okay, yeah, right now it's kind of a wash. I have a 10-element beam that I normally use, but for some reason everybody seems to be coming better on my vertical, so I'll just leave it there. Anyway, nice to meet your acquaintance there, Levi.
Yeah, nice talking to you. Well, it's Greg, if you're out there, I just want to wave a hand, and I'll talk to you later, Keith, and
all right, Levi, great checking in. Great talking to you. You take care, buddy.
Improvement. He's moving faster than you did with me. That kid's moving right along. Look out.
Yeah, Levi, one last quick. You still there?
Yeah, go ahead.
For those of you hearing that noise, that's coming from my amplifier.
Yeah.
Okay, you want a job where you can make some money?
Sure.
You program my little radio on chirp, I'll pay you.
Sure, what do you want for radio? If you just make a list, I'll program it up to you. What kind of radio is it?
It's a QT. It's a Chinese.
You're gonna hear some bad noises here shortly, so watch your ears.
I want to get some, stations programmed to it, and I just can't do it myself. I tried, and I couldn't get it done.
Is it a DMR or just analog?
No, just analog FM.
Perfect. Does it have the 10-watt plug?
Say again?
Does it have the 210 10-watt?
I can't remember, but I got the plug for it.
Okay, yeah, no worries, because I have a programming cable too. Yeah, if you want to, you can either shoot me an email from my email right to it, or just tell me on the radio and talk to me tomorrow night, and I'll see when you can open up and come get it, and I'll program it up if you can get it.
It sounds great. I know that you're trying to save some money for a 9700, so I'm willing to help you if you can help me.
Go, Brent. Hey, Ron, do you hear Lehigh out there? Do you hear, what is it, Lehigh? Am I getting it wrong, Lehigh?
Levi, like Levi Jeans.
Oh, Levi Lee Jason. Hey, Ron in Temecula, W6AB, Ron in Temecula. Do you hear Levi? Do you hear the station break? Oh, Keith's loud, yeah, but we wanted to know if you could hear Levi, the one that Keith's talking to.
Yes, Stanley, Freddie, where's he located?
Where's he located, Keith?
Cypress.
Levi is in Cypress?
Yeah, I live in Cypress. I can hear the radio station.
I didn't know you lived in Cypress.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to Keith.
Oh, I'll be darned, okay. He's over here in Cypress, California. A little bit more work, Levi. That's Ron. He's 20 miles east of Temecula, and he can just barely hear you. So now you got something to work for.
Keith always busy messing with this radio, that noise you guys are hearing. Fred always sounds off frequency for some reason.
And I'll get back to you. Call me tomorrow night, and I'll figure it out.
All right, Levi. Good talking to you. We'll be in touch.
Roger, talk to you later. 33, 76, GOS.
Roger. You're getting an S7. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the conditions are just right. I wish it was like this all the time. This is nice. I do.
Did the light come on?
They put in hazard yet, but the light, one across the street has come on, and I haven't got any noise.
Oh, that's good.
So it must have been the one right by me.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got about an S2 noise level with the 3-amp plug.
Wow, that's good. Well, I hope that when the light comes on, you don't got no noise. You fix the problem. That's amazing. When are you going to get the antenna up?
Well, come on tomorrow. We'll get it up.
Get it up tomorrow, huh?
I hope.
Well, let me keep me updated when the lights come on down to your noise level there. Okay. W6AB, 20 miles east of Temecula, K6EGG. Go ahead there, Keith. Pick it up. Great.
Go ahead, Ward.
How you guys doing this evening?
Good. How about you?
Doing real good. Yeah, I was copying Ron. Ron's doing a nice signal about S5 up in here. That's very strong for normally for Ron. I've always had a hard time, so that's real good. Hey, nice to hear you, Ron. Hope you're doing well, and I hope that noise doesn't come back. All right, QSL Ron, take care. W6WWD.
Hey, Ward, that's Ron's choke. I took a picture. That's a choke that Ron's running I showed you.
Wow, that's a huge... choke, boy, that's is that a mix 31 or is that a mix of everything?
That's a mix 31, big one. So he can run. That's a big. He put his other choke in the choke you got. He put right inside that. You see that, right?
Oh yeah, that's a behemoth. I mean, shoot, you could wrap LMR 600 to that a few times.
Yeah, that choke's $24.
Oh, Roger, that would work if you know. Real good. Thanks for sharing that.
How's your line conditioner doing? I'm not a line conditioner. Yeah, how's that doing?
Yeah, real good. I haven't had any problem. I mean, it seems to clean up some of the noise. I've seen some improvement. I can't say it's like wow, look at night and day, but I've definitely seen the scope a little cleaner.
The scope's a little cleaner, huh?
Yeah. I will definitely give it credit where credit's due. So yeah, a good purchase.
Good. Getting it all cleaned up.
Yeah, real good. So, all right, I'll back out and let everybody carry on. 73, I'll be listening, W6 WWD.
Well, that's real good that you talked to Ron. You guys got some good signal reports going back and forth there. That's real good. And so did Keith. Amazing. You probably thought I was always ghost talking to Ron out there in Temecula. You can never hear him.
Well, that came across my mind, but I knew you were talking to somebody.
Yeah, I know you talked to him on D-Star. Well, everything's looking up. Everything's getting better and better. Oh, another thing, when Don was playing around that new program, what do you call it? UF Finder, Viewer? I think what's going on, I think he's getting RF in the computer. I think he's going to choke everything up, and because he had the audio, it was real loud, and all of a sudden, boom, he went off the air there, and then he was feedback, and then I told him unplug the microphone from the radio, and when he did that, he got a lot louder. So that mic is live, so you got to get in your program somehow to shut that mic off when you're on the computer that mic ain't live.
Yeah, well, what happens, Fred, is and I'm no expert on the WFVU program, there's a setting, and you got to change it, because he's wireless as well, you got to change it to LAN on both settings, where I think he had his left on, like I did at one time on mic, so it was picking up, the microphone. So anyway, it's just small adjustments and things. He's getting there, and me as well, so I've cleaned it up and learned a lot on it today.
Okay. Well, I think I'd like to hear your setup, because I know you got all choked up, and if you got yours real cleaning and working real good, then I think Don's got to choke up his computer, because I think he's getting some RF back in his computer there and causing him problems. And yours sounds a lot cleaner, because your station's already all choked up.
Well, I mean, it is, yeah. I've got chokes everywhere and then some, but I would say, I think it was his laptop that was giving a little bit of problem, but I think he might have got that corrected. I don't know. We worked on it a little bit back and forth today, so, well, tomorrow's another day. We'll we can always work together, because I'm still learning it myself.
Yeah, those chokes I got from you, I used them up already. They're all gone. They're on things all over the place already. They're gone. Go ahead.
Ward is actually louder than you are. I can't believe it.
Did you hear that, Ward?
Yeah, I can hear Ron, yeah. Well, hello, Ron. Well, that's because Fred's got his antenna lowered tonight, probably.
Is that tree down?
Wishful thinking.
You're loud tonight. You're good copy. I don't believe it. It must be the band.
Yeah, I do. You're loud. You're moving my meter, and so everybody's sounding really good tonight.
Well, I hope it stays this way. This light still hasn't come on, Fred.
Wow. You sure you hooked it up right?
I don't know. If it doesn't come on, I'll have to go down there tomorrow and rewire the darn thing.
And maybe you got to go turn the switch on.
Yeah, that's a good point. You may not have flipped the breaker.
You might have forgot about it. It did or did not? Okay. light. Maybe he didn't. Maybe because he wired it up, he forgot to turn it on. I bet that's what happened. Well, can't you go over to the light and check it? Well, if the light comes on, it ain't coming on now, it's dark. So maybe it was that bulb right by you. Yeah, probably on the same circuit. Well, that's good. You can talk at night now. WA6AB73s, K6OS.
Yeah, Ron's coming in loud tonight.
I can even hear him here.
Same. You said he was hitting you with a S9 or something like that?
Who, me? No, I can hear him, but he's not moving my needle at all.
I thought that was a war there for a second. Hey, Greg, sorry I had to leave. I had a call from my nephew. It turned out to be a long-winded phone call.
It's all good. Family first. Radio fifth.
Yeah, his daughter is getting into high school, and they're needing they need some advice on an instrument because she's getting into high school now, and it kind of turned into be a lengthy call. So yeah, I had to handle it.
Copy that. Does my audio sound any different to you, honestly?
You hit me with an S9. Otherwise, you sound good.
I wondered with the chokes in line if it's making any difference. 1 second. I just wondered if it made any difference for my transmit audio, because I don't hear the like sideband warble in my headphones like I was when I was running my amplifier. So I just wondered if it made a difference on my transmit to you guys.
You sound awfully clean, and you're hitting me with a +9, I can tell you that much. Is it helping you receive? Is it taking out some of the noise?
I thought it did, but I don't know. The conditions are pretty good tonight, so it's hard to say.
No, I mean, Ron was hitting me with an S7 or something like that. I mean, usually I can't hear him hardly at all, or very spotty.
Interesting. So maybe it kind of helped a little bit, but it definitely helped in my shack. I'm not bleeding across my speakers anymore.
Oh, so you're not bleeding across your wife's TV?
She said she heard it earlier, but I moved one of the chokes downstairs right before the RF coax comes into my office or into the house. So hopefully that might have changed that.
Well, there you go. That's a big fix right there. I worked with Curtis earlier this evening on Zoom, so he's all dialed in with Zoom, so he's ready to be part of one of your meetings one of these days.
Oh yeah, we got to try to have him come on. I want to see if I can have multiple people on at once. I don't know if it would change the picture in the corner on its own when somebody else talks or what.
Well, I don't know. Maybe try 2 more people. You try it with you and me. That worked out pretty well. Try with 2 more people, then go to 3 more people. That works.
Well, it'd be 2 incoming. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it. These chokes really worked. I don't remember Fred talking about them. I remember Fred talking about grounding, maybe choking. I don't remember.
He's talked to me about choking, something like that. I was ready to choke him. So, but maybe it was on one-on-one conversations too. I can't remember. But no, he definitely is the choke king. Him and Ward, man.
I think I'm going to get some more. I think it could help out my, I wouldn't say my signal, because my SDBR didn't change at all, but it might help out my bleeding on my wife's TV and maybe getting a little bit cleaner audio. So I think the biggest improvement probably happened today, so at least on that side of things.
So now that I think about it, you sound like I'm listening to your stream live on my radio.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know how clean you sound live on your stream, right?
I guess. I don't get to hear myself on the radio, so I don't know the difference, but I'm assuming that it's clear on the stream.
You listen to a repeat of yourself, right, on live stream.
Yeah, but I don't have my radio voice to compare, or myself to listen to on the radio to compare. But if it sounds better, that'd be great.
That's my point. I feel like I'm listening to the live stream, not the radio version, which is, yeah, it's definitely better.
Now, hold on just a quick second. My wife sent me a video of how I'm sounding downstairs. Apparently, I'm still bleeding on my everything downstairs. So the chokes didn't help in that facet.
Are you bleeding on almost every channel down there, or just a specific channel?
No, the TV's off.
Well, what are you bleeding on then?
I think my overhead speakers. So I'm going to have to turn my amplifier off, unfortunately.
Nothing's acting like an antenna, huh?
Back to barefoot 100 watts.
You sound really good for just 100 watts. I think this is the loudest I've ever heard you without any extra power.
Excellent. I think that conditions are improving here. As I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, that I couldn't wait till June.
Okay, I'm barefoot too. Can you hear me okay?
Barely.
I guess I need to run power.
Yeah, that helps me out a lot.
You sound loud here. You're hitting about an S7 barefoot.
Not bad. So the amplifier doesn't really do too much then.
Well, yeah, it does. I mean, S7, S9, that's pretty good.
Dang, I wish I could run it right now. It's weird that this has popped up the last couple weeks.
So it's a new thing that wasn't happening like 3 weeks ago or a month ago?
Nope. Like once in a great while she would hear it, but now she's hearing it all the time.
And you say it's not even going through the TV, it's going through some speakers?
Yeah, I have some 5.1 speakers in my ceiling there, which I have no access to, so I'm thinking they're bleeding into that.
Is he listening to anything on those speakers besides you?
No, everything's off. The TV's off. The amplifier receiver thingamajig 5.1 receiver's off. It's definitely coming out of the speakers in my ceiling. That's right where my coax runs over.
Wow, that's crazy. Where there's like nothing turned on and she's picking you up. That's weird.
Yeah, that's normal. That's RF.
RF's a bad word.
Yeah, that's normal, Greg. You got RF. You got to ground your station.
Or ground my amplifier at least, because it sounds like it's originating from my amplifier.
Can you go on your computer?
I'm on my computer right now.
MFJ, look up MFJ artificial ground. MFJ 931. MFJ 931.
Was there a breaker out there, by the way? Guess that. Sorry.
Did you look that up, Greg? MFJ 931. That will help you out.
I did. I remember looking at it before. It's only to 30 megahertz, though. Or sorry, 30 megahertz.
Oh, for HF. Okay. Who knows? Yeah, so you're getting RFI on 2 meters. You're getting RF. So when you talk, you're coming across the speakers, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's RFI.
And I moved one of my chokes to outside my house right before the transmit antenna or transmit coax comes in, and it didn't seem to help too much. But the chokes on my audio stuff seem to help out a lot more.
Okay. Well, when you ground it, it'll help a lot more too.
Well, maybe this summer.
Summer is here.
I have to go through a medical procedure before I can do anything physical.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
I will find that out on Monday when that's going to happen, hopefully.
Hire Levi.
Hire Keith.
No, hire Levi, not me.
It's actually not a bad idea.
I think he'd do it. He's a little whippersnapper, man. He's trying to earn money because he's trying to buy a 9700. He's going to program my radio, that old Chinese radio I have. It's not old, but that Chinese radio that's 2 meter, 2440 with chirp, because I couldn't do it. He's going to do it for me, and I'm going to pay him for it.
Beautiful. It'll be great for him to earn some cash. That 9700 would be a huge improvement from his, I think it would give him extra, 50 watts, right?
Yeah, but the reason he wants it, because he wants to get into microwave. That really intrigues him. That's what he told me anyway.
Follow your heart.
Does he want to get his satellites?
Probably.
Bums me out. I can't run my amplifier right now.
Well, the conditions are good, so yeah, I hear you. It's fine.
Hey, Keith, what do you think about his audio? Don't his audio sound better?
I think it does. I was telling him, if I didn't know any better, I thought I was listening to the live stream instead of the radio when he was talking with his linear, because he just sounded that good, you know?
See, Greg, see what you did?
Copy. I want to hear one more opinion. It's Curtis, AJ60 still out there.
Oh, you sound wonderful.
Do I sound different than I did before, though?
Okay, well, I'm long distance from you. Actually, honestly, I think it does, really. And you know, I am still seeing like a 2 kilohertz thing on the audio scope, not on you, but just on the band itself. AJ60.
Are you seeing that tone that I'm seeing at my house on your receiver?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's on the band. Even right now on. You know what? I'm looking at your band scope, not mine. Silly me.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I'm looking at mine and I don't see it. I'm just, you know, I get confused sometimes when I'm watching the live stream.
And I just wonder where that noise is coming from there. Strange.
You know, every receptacle in your house has a ground on the third pin. I have before in the past, just in a pinch or, you know, just, it was better than having no ground at all. I would actually use the ground on a receptacle to ground my radio.
Did that help? Because I've tried that before and I didn't see any difference.
Well, sometimes it does and sometimes it don't, because normally on the grounding conductor you want to be as short as possible. And when you do it into a second-story house, and it's going to go all the way down, probably who knows how far it is till it goes into the electrical panel, to the ground bus bar, and then to the ground rod.
I could probably cut that distance off halfway if I grounded it outside my window here.
Yeah, it's a good idea. For a long time, I didn't. Well, I do on my HF station. I got ground rods and all my stuff, but I went over a year before I grounded this station here. I didn't see any difference, but I just feel more ease in my mind that, you know, whenever there's a storm out, that I'm just a little bit more safer than I was before.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to figure out this RFI thing, man. I don't know if that will help it.
Well, when you first came on and you were hearing that sound, I mean, I was hearing it too. It was pretty bad. And then you moved the choke so it wasn't touching your amplifier. Then I didn't hear it anymore after that.
Yeah, now if I move around my amplifier, if it's on, I'm hearing it cut in and out. So it's something to do with my amplifier. Maybe that's part of the reason why I'm bleeding.
And it could be a bad coax connector.
That's weird for it to go bad after been sitting in my radio for 6 months or however long I've had this in.
Well, they do go bad after a while. In fact, I think they recommend, I think once a year that you check all your coaxes just to make sure, because I've even bought brand spanking new short piece of coax that were bad right out of the store.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I've worked with cables too. I can see that happening for sure. So maybe I could check that maybe tomorrow afternoon when I am free and I don't have to disconnect everything right now again.
Yeah, and I try to use the Superflex LMR 400 or the bigger stuff, so I don't have to, because it does put a hard, it does put some stress on the connectors when you bend them tightly.
probably what happened when I moved this thing in and out to put that choke on there. In fact, I'm going to try to straighten it out right now. K6EGG. I'll be back momentarily.
Okay, AJ60. Howdy, Fred. Howdy, Keith.
Hello, K6OS.
Howdy, WA6QXA.
So I'm curious what Greg used as chokes. Did he use those great big donuts that you wrap your coax around, or the clamp-on ones?
I thought he used clamp-ons.
Yeah, I of course, the big donuts are the best, but, it's kind of hard to wrap LMR 400 around those things unless you use, what's that LMR? What is it? RG240 or something, the real skinny stuff that's rated at full legal limit?
LMR 240.
Yeah, I mean, that is the best to use for interconnections between your amplifier and your watt meter and all that stuff, but they don't exactly give that stuff away.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. What? 1 2 1 2 1 2.
For those of you wondering why I made that face, I just put 100 watts. I put 100 watts into my amplifier by mistake. I have a sheet of paper I tape on to my amplifier when I have my barefoot radio on full power, and I did not have that because I pulled it out to check the connections, which I found a loose connection. So Curtis, if you're listening, you called it. Bad coax.
Sweet Jesus.
K6EGG.
Bill, we'll talk to you later. I think Curtis is out there talking to Greg. Curtis, could you hear Bill out in Huntington Beach, or could you hear him out in Huntington Beach?
I could hear him talking, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. Every once in a while I'd get a word in there once in a while, but to me he sounds better when he's on his ground-mounted horizontal beam.
Yeah, he's just running on a mag mount on a ironing board in his house, so that's what he's doing with. Somebody was in Yorba Linda. Go ahead, Yorba Linda.
Yeah, Tim in Yorba Linda, A60Q, and I just said he was about S7 out here. He was virtually unreadable barefoot, over.
Okay, very good. Hey, I don't know if I've spoken to you before. This is Keith here in Long Beach, WA6QXA.
No, I don't think we've spoken. I've been in and out and around, but anyway, I'm out here in Yorba Linda. And Keith, you got a good signal here. You're S9 plus, over.
Yeah, you're S10 plus, so you have a really strong signal and a very good modulation. So good job. What kind of equipment are you running?
I'm running a TS2000X, about 100 watts, to a tri-band vertical up on the roof.
Is that the Kenwood?
Yeah, it's the Kenwood with the 1.2 gig module.
Red wants one of those.
Yeah, they're now really rare. I wish I had bought a second one when I had a chance.
Yeah, it's a pretty special radio.
Yeah, but you know the 9700 is pretty close. You know, it doesn't have 6 meters, but it's got everything else.
Probably 75 to 80% of the people that talk on this frequency have the 9700. I'm one of the few that does not.
Yeah, it's become a really popular rig. I thought about getting it, but I just can't get rid of this TS2000.
So is the name Ken, K-E-N?
No, Tim, Tango India Mike, as in Tiny Tim, over.
Roger. Well, Tim, we got Curtis out there. He's in the high desert, Apple Valley. Can you hear him? And then we got Greg out there in Chino, and we got Fred up in Cerritos.
Yeah, I can copy everybody but Curtis. I can't hear him at all. I'm up against the hills here, up against the Chino Hills, on the opposite side that Greg is on. So I can't really hear a whole lot north of me, over.
No, roger that.
Alrighty, Keith, I'm going to get out of here. I just thought I'd jump in there and, let you guys know that his signal was sounding pretty good.
Well, it's good hearing you and come back in. We're here pretty much 7 nights a week with round robin, and so come in anytime. Appreciate you dropping by.
Alrighty, Keith. You have a nice evening, and I don't know whether you got 1296, but if you do, there's a net that comes on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, run by K6EGG. You might want to, if nothing else, give a listen and stuff on 1296.1. If you have 1.2 gig, and maybe some of the other guys do. Anyway, Keith, have a good evening. We'll talk to you again. AA6DQ, Yorba Linda.
All right. Very good. The information, I don't have 1.2, unfortunately. But anyway, 73 to you.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio check. Trying an audio check to see if my wife hears me coming through the TV speakers downstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, I fixed it.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot.
All right, Keith. Have a good evening. AA6DQ Quest.
Okay, yeah, I was able to copy him on my beam, but really weak. So I thought I'd try and see if he can hear me, but evidently not. AJ60.
Yeah, he's Yorba Linda, and he said there's a hill or whatever that kind of blocks him from being able to hear you, he believes. You know Yorba Linda, right? Weren't you there just this past weekend or something?
Oh, yeah, that's where my son works. He works in Yorba Linda.
Yeah, Tim. I've never spoken to him before, but he had a strong signal my way.
Yeah, I could just barely hear him talking on my vertical. I switched to the beam, and he was coming like a S1, S2, and I can copy him, but evidently he can't hear me. Oops.
You're louder right now, for me right now, than you were like a half an hour or so ago. Are you on a different antenna or anything different on your end?
Yeah, I'm on the X700 at the moment, which seems to be the best at the moment.
So depending on the conditions, you have to switch antennas, right?
Yeah, I can switch between the X700, the GP9, and my beam antenna, and between those three, I can usually pick them up.
Greg, are you back settled down, or what's going on with you?
I think I got it figured out. I had a couple things problems with. So when I was moving the radio and amplifier in and out of my little cubby where I have it, the short jumper between my radio and my amplifier was loose, so I reseated that. As far as bleeding downstairs into my wife's or into my great room, I disconnected my sub amplifier for my 5.1 system, which I rarely ever use, and unplugged it from the stereo system. That seemed to have cleaned up everything.
Well, this is wireless. I guess it's wireless. It's picking up RFI.
That's not wireless. It's plugged in.
Oh, you got your amp on now?
Affirmative.
A lot louder. Excuse me. What's the Uniden? I saw you had the Uniden. What is that?
That is my 780 XLT scanner. And here's another little quick thing. I don't know if you guys are watching the stream and saw my facial expression. I usually keep a note that says that I'm on full... I can't read it. I don't know. You guys probably can't read it, but that says that I'm on full power on my radio in front of my amplifier, and I tape it there so I don't accidentally turn my amplifier on with my radio on full power and blow it up. Well, when I moved everything out to double check the connectors, I forgot that I was on full power and my note wasn't there.
That's what that said. Since the light's so bright, I couldn't read what it said, so I was wondering what that was. I bright against that white paper. Yeah, it's bright against that white paper, so I can't really read it. It's not bright on your face or anything.
You should be able to see it there now.
Gentleman Tim, over there in Yorba Linda?
I think I talked to him a few minutes, or about 2 hours ago, if I'm correct. Yeah. He's just on the other side of the hill from me.
One of those Kenwood 2000s.
I have one sitting right next to me that's probably going to be a good donor part.
What's wrong with it? Fred might want that off your hands.
Well, first off, I could see him selling for parts for $700. Right now, there is no sideband receive on anything. It transmits on VHF and it transmits on UHF, but those on FM, it's kind of sketchy on the receive side, and definitely no sideband upper or lower or AM receive on that radio right now.
So it sounds like it's an expensive repair.
From what I hear, it's going to be a couple $100. Just changing the receive capacitors or something like that. But I'm not too electronic type, so I don't know what it is. But it's definitely more than what I want to spend. And I saw donor part radio TS2000s on eBay for between $500 and $700.
Well, I've seen those things on sales at work for $800 to $1,000.
That sounds right. I just looked up a donor one that sold like 4 days ago, and it was $759 or something like that on eBay. So I'll take it off my hands really quickly for $500 if someone wants it.
But you wouldn't want to put $200 into it to make it work?
No, I'd rather use the money and buy a 7300.
Never know. Fred might be interested in that thing.
Fred?
Yeah, he seems to like those things.
You there, Fred?
I mean, it does all that cross-band type stuff, right?
It will do it on FM still, but yeah, it does crossband repeat, and that's one of the features I liked about this radio.
Because Fred was saying something about it does multi-crossband type of stuff.
I don't know what multi-crossband is, but I know I can listen to HF on 2 meter. It'll crossband to that. It'll crossband the HF to or 2 meter to 2 meter to HF, and 440 to HF, and 440 to 2 meter. And you can also buy a 1.2 card for it.
I guess that guy Tim had that in his radio, because I think he was talking about a 1.2 net that he was inviting us to go to. I don't have 1.2.
I think the TS2000X, or you can buy a card later, is the 1.2 version of the TS2000, and those came out after 2015, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, what year's yours?
I have to look on the back, but I think it's an earlier version.
Did you buy it new or did you buy it used?
I bought it used on eBay.
How long did it work before it died on you?
I didn't use it too much. I was mainly a listener, but I think a good 6 years.
Oh wow, okay.
I like the radio. I noticed the receive is starting to go haywire. I was going to try to check into a bozo net, and I was barely hearing Pat PMD, and I thought it was on my antenna, but it turned out it was the radio. It'll be great if I get rid of this thing, and I got that amplifier I want to get rid of. I have some other like audio type stuff I want to get rid of, including that TLM 103.
What's the TM whatever you said, 103?
That's the condenser. It's a condenser microphone. I think we were looking them up yesterday. Let's go for about $1,000. If I can dump that in the radio, I can get myself a 7300 and not hit my pocketbook.
Have you thought about, since you have a electric car, going battery operated like I'm doing in my car?
No, I don't want to mess with batteries, to be honest with you. I'm just using a cigarette lighter adapter on medium power. I don't want to mess too much with that car, if you know what I mean.
I didn't make myself clear. Use an external battery where you're not messing with your battery at all. You're not using your power off your car at all.
Oh, I don't hear anything off my car at all. I just don't want to put a battery in my car, have it floating around and stuff. So it sits in the sun all day, and it's probably not a good idea for me to be cruising around with a battery in my car.
Brake station W6NYU.
Go ahead. Is that James?
Yes, Greg. This is James in Chino here. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, I was on the phone that I tried to break it in about 15 minutes ago, but I had a phone call, so I just waited. And thank you for staying longer, extended time.
Okay, I don't think I was here when you were breaking in earlier. I was kind of messing with some stuff on my my radio here.
Roger. How is your evening?
It's going okay. Just put some chokes, RFI chokes around my station to try to improve my bleeding over on certain things in my office and my shack. So it seems to have gone pretty well so far. How about you?
Yeah, I'm quite good. Nowadays that I really enjoy listening to the American pop music, so I took out a very old Morange. Model number is a 2275. It's a really heavy, really big amplifier. Actually, it's a receiver, but I just hook up my cassette deck and try to listen to old music.
A cassette deck?
Roger, yes, the cassette, like a 2" by 3, 2.5" by 3" the cassette that we used to put it in the Walkman, that I'm still playing with it.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. I like to listen to stuff off cassette and records too.
Roger, Greg, I believe there is another party, right?
Yeah, it's Keith WA6QXA out in Long Beach. Can you hear him?
I used to hear him. Let me increase the power so he can hear my voice too.
Copy. Go ahead and give him a shout. I'm going to take care of some stuff real quick, but I'll be definitely listening. K6EGG, Chino.
Roger. Yes, let me call him. This is W6NYU calling the Long Beach station. This is W6NYU.
Hey, James, I'm listening to you on the stream. I can't hear you very well on my radio, but I do get a copy, so I'm a little bit behind.
Okay, I can hear you through the voice stream. And how are you today? How is the weather down in Long Beach?
Oh, it was a beautiful day, 72 degrees max.
Roger. 72 is really good. We feel like we had a little bit lower 80s, maybe 82 or 84 today.
Yeah, talking to Curtis earlier up in the high desert, he was over 100 degrees, he said, today.
Yeah, I believe this is, we are getting in June, right? This is already the beginning of the summer, so yeah, I believe that.
Yep, we're getting close to summer, so things are warming up.
And the band should be improving too.
Greg, are you listening?
Yeah, I am.
So what kind of choke did you put for today?
A couple RF chokes. What did I do with that here? I don't know if you're watching on the YouTube stream. Some reason this thing isn't working. Stand by a second.
Okay, Roger. This is W6NYU in Chino Hills, California.
Okay, yeah, sorry. If you're watching on the stream, I can put it up. But I got off the DX Engineering website. I like about 7 or 8 of these. I put around in my office and downstairs before my coax antenna cable goes into my shack. Seemed to definitely improve stuff in my shack. Didn't improve much downstairs, which I thought it was. It improved my microphone into my radio. I don't hear like a warbly sound like I did before, and I'm like looking at my audio scope. It seems a little more straighter line. So I definitely noticed an improvement in some things.
Roger. Is your radio is the same as mine? IC-9700?
Affirmative.
Okay. It is installed on the second floor, right?
I am on a second story, yes.
Okay. Maybe my idea could be wrong, or like 50% like correct or wrong, but I believe that sometimes grounding that could be converted as the portable antenna if there is a station on the second floor.
So, explain to me the last part. It could be the antenna not grounded?
No, you know that radio that connected to the grounding, right? Grounding rod, right? Sometimes the grounding rod and the radio, the connection is not correct. That actually grounding wire, that could be the portable antenna.
Well, I could tell you this much. I'm not grounding to anything, and I think that might be a lot of my issues. So that's something I'm going to try to work on, hopefully by the end of the summer now. I got some medical stuff, so I can't be digging any holes or doing anything really too hard. But are you grounded in your station?
Roger, yes. I grounded to my common ground that I have a rod about 5 to 6 foot down to the ground. And I connected all my power supply, my amplifier, my HF unit, everything is bundled up and connected to that.
Did you notice any improvements in your SWR when you did that?
No. I think my S meter is come up to almost like a 1-to-1 ratio, so that's okay. But actually the grounding is not really too much affected for the VHF and the UHF station.
Copy that. Yeah, I just wondered if it would improve my bleeding, but it's worth a try. I know Fred has mentioned it quite a bit, so I might give her a whirl. It's definitely a lot of stuff I want to do. I just I can't right now. I want to put up a bigger antenna as well. That's probably my future at some point.
Roger. Yeah, a lot of time that I learned from the other guys from the Win system, technical support, they have like some kind of that information. And the other guy was telling that, VHF and UHF, DC grounding, like the radio is connected to the minus line to the power supply, and he was explaining that is good enough for the grounding.
It could be. With this long run, I don't know if that makes a difference with the RFI getting into stuff. But I'm willing to try the ground. I'll probably end up using that ground for HF communications at some point when I get my general and extra license.
Roger, yes, extra and the general is quite a fun. That I attempted my extra license about 5 years ago. Then I drove all the way to TRW Summit, and I couldn't pass it by getting like a 2 or 3 or 4 questions short of it. And the day I went there, and when I took the exam, and I thought I might study enough, but on the exam that was very confusing.
That's unfortunate. I am not a good tester now these days, so I feel your pain on that one. I'm definitely going to study as much as I can before I get there, and hopefully I'll be able to get there at some point.
Roger, yes. When I studied for the ham radio like 30 years ago, that actually the exam was meant for the passing more ham as possible, but nowadays the way I look at the extra class study material, oh my God, it is meant to failing a lot of examinees.
That is unfortunate. I'd probably be one of those. I think I'll be able to pass the general once I stick to it, but we'll see here.
Roger, general is quite good. That I'm still holding my general license until now, but I try to commit one more time to study for it. But generally is quite good. You have quite a big range, bandwidth on all the HF band, except for the extra classes. But a lot of people they have so much activity, so you're not gonna miss that much.
Yeah, I think you could talk on most of the bands if I'm correct, but there's less frequencies within those bands.
Roger, the funny thing is, occasionally I was passing the right above the general band, stepping into the extra class band. And one time I made a really nice QSO, and then 5 minutes later that I found it that, say sorry that I wanted to go up lower, more upper frequency, because I just noticed that, I was transmitting in the extra band, and all other guy was laughing, and that's okay to just stay for a couple more minutes, and then we just ended up the QSO.
Well, at least he was cool about it. So I know some of the guys are real sticklers about stuff, and I get it. I mean, we're not supposed to be using it if we're not supposed to be using it, so I totally understand. K6EGG for ID. Welcome to anybody else who wants to jump in, feel free.
Yeah, Roger. Yes, I didn't attempt to trying the extra band, but when I look at the cycle on the radio, that I mistakenly tune into the extra band. But there was common sense that moment that I found it out, this is my mistake. Then I have to tell the truth to them that I'm not a extra class.
Hey, James, do you have a mobile rig in your car?
I have one SUV and I have one just a sedan, and I have both radio that operating the Canada TMB710, something like that.
Oh yeah, that has D-Star, right?
It is a Canon radio, but I think that they still can do the D-Star, but I'm using, the radio has too many functions, but I'm only using for the simple FM communication through the repeater.
I gotcha, I understand. All right, James, I think I'm going to call it a night. Got kind of a long day tomorrow. But thanks for jumping in again. Feel free to jump in whenever. So Curtis and Keith, if you're still out there, you guys have a good evening. This is Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino airport. Have a good evening, everybody.
Okay, Greg. Yeah, I couldn't hear James.
Roger, Greg. Thank you so much for the gift, and have a wonderful time. And I will see you. I will talk to you later. This is W6NYU, clear from Chino Hills, California.
Several people kind of backfeed the audio to your channel and play it through the live stream, but I know that there'd be a lot of latency and delays and stuff like that, but the same type of concept they use in radio telescopes for astronomy, where they have different satellite dishes all over the world, and they're all connected together as one antenna. So just food for thought. Good night, Greg. Talk to you later. K6EGG AJ60.
Copy that, and there is a way to do that, and there would be delay. You can transport the audio via Zoom. Last night when I was on with Keith, just real quick, his microphone he was using, like an AKG, whatever. Oh man, it sounded like he was in my office with me. It was totally crystal clear. It was great presence, at full bandwidth. So you never know. There's some ways we can probably. I wouldn't mind experimenting with it a little bit. But yeah, thanks for getting back to me. And once again, James, have a good night.
All right, so this will end my short stream tonight, just a little over 2 hours. Kind of a headache, my back hurts. I know it sounds like I'm complaining a little bit, but it's been kind of a long day. There we go. It's a little better. Just trying to fight through some pain I'm having. I'm supposed to have surgery in a couple weeks, hopefully. So my activities, every time I move around, it kind of hurts. So I'm not feeling too hot right now. But anyways, you guys take care. It is 9:15 in Southern California. Have a good night, everybody.